Look, alright, I'm outside with the shit and shit. It's like 12 o'clock and shit. I got so much fucking time and I got so much fucking energy. So I'm finna make another video and shit. Now look, I'm finna be talking about, hold on. I'm finna be talking about how niggas, well not niggas in general, but how dudes get their manhood or how niggas get their manhood taken away from them. Now look, your manhood, you may be thinking like, okay, like manhood, okay, you may be thinking physical. Your manhood is your spirit, and I'm gonna break this shit down, but I'm gonna tell you the basics. Your manhood is your spirit, it's your mind, it's your body, and your soul. Now look, these are the ways that people get their manhood taken away from them. Now the ways that people get their manhood taken away from them is ways that people don't even realize that their manhood got taken away from them. Now look, I'm finna explain this shit. I'm trying to find an area where it's peaceful and shit. Now look, if you going now the first one, the spirit. Now I'm gonna get on the soul. Now the soul, nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna talk about like the spirit, and I'm gonna go to the soul, then I'm gonna go to the body, and then I'm gonna talk about the mind. Now it's the spirit. We're gonna start off on the spirit. Now the spirit is like the individual. It's kind of similar as your soul, but the difference between the spirit and the soul is your spirit is more free flowing. If you get what I'm trying to say, it creates the aura that's around you. Like say for example, some people who play football, they got a football spirit. Some people who do fighting, they got a fighting spirit. Some people who do wrestling, they have a wrestling spirit. You get what I'm trying to say? Like the spirit is something that's like that you can call on, like kind of like with rappers. But you get what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is like when you got something that you do that you have some like a hobby and shit like that you can do, and you can call the spirit and shit like that, then that's the first part of like being a man and shit, having your own hobbies and things that you like to do, and that creates your spirit that's individual for you, and that's when I'm finna lead to the soul. So basically what happens is motherfuckers be so into the external world. It's either they got their job, they going to school and shit, they around brothers and sisters and cousins and shit too much, and then when you're around too many external shit, whether it be people, places, and things, you don't have time to develop your own individual spirit. So it can play out where if you don't have your own individual spirit, I'm gonna slow it down, but it can play out if you don't have your own individual spirit. It plays out where you start copying others who have their own individual spirit. Now you can be the type of person who's copying others who got their own individual spirit because you oughta admire them, but when you doing that shit, don't try to copy another motherfucker and try to make that, and you try to be that shit, cause then now you fucking up. When you trying to copy another nigga and you trying to be that shit or him and this, that, and the third, you fucking up. But now we finna get to the soul part. So now that spirit shit I was talking about, that's like, it comes from the hobbies and things you do that's outside of the people, places, and things, like outside the norm shit. If I don't give a fuck if you DJing, if you got that damn DJ spirit, nigga, you better call that shit. Now look, but the spirit is something that you can call on, and it's something that you can inhabit whenever we get to the certain times during the year and shit. Like right now, we in October and we going towards November and December. Those the times when the spirit is more active during October, November, December, because we got October, and that's like Halloween, the Halloween spirit and shit like that. We got November, and that's like the Thanksgiving spirit and shit like that, all that fucking shit. Then we got Christmas and shit, and that's all that motherfucking shit that, you know what I'm trying to say? You get what I'm trying to say? Now we finna go to the soul. Now the soul, all right, I'm finna slow it down. The soul is you, who you is down deep down inside, but not looking at your physical flesh and shit. We're not talking about the body yet, but we talking about the soul, who you is within, like who you is in your internal realm and shit like that. Now everybody got a soul, but it's out of some people's soul It's more the man, the man soul. I'm gonna just talk about this shit. The man, like the man himself, he's supposed to express his soul out towards the external world. Um, you not put if you being you not a fucking man if you not expressing who you is fully 100% to the outside world. You acting like a bitch. If you gotta express who you is, who your authentic self, your soul to the outside world, and you gotta express that through the physical vessel, aka the body and shit like that. But you can't be keeping your you can't be scared to express who you is and shit because you scared of what people gonna think of you and shit like that. That's not no fucking manly traits. That's some bitch ass nigga traits. Y'all niggas need to stop getting in on this whole ass what's that shit called, this whole feminine ass I'm what people thinking me shit. We need to get off of that shit as dudes and guys. We don't give a fuck. Where that's one thing that kill people manhood too in itself. Niggas be having thoughts of what other people think about them and shit. Nigga, you think a fucking cowboy back in the day was giving a fuck what people thought about him? No. You gotta act like that now, nigga. You gotta act like that now. But look though, anyway, back to the shit. Now I was talking about the spirit and I was talking about the soul. Now I'm finna talk about the body. Now look, the body. Now your body is supposed to be moving. The man supposed to be active. The man not supposed to be sitting on fucking TikTok. The man not supposed to be scrolling on fucking Instagram. That's like, how can I say this shit? That's like, I don't want to say lazy, even though it is, but that's like, it's not no manly thing to do. You forget what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's something you can't do, but what I'm saying is if you doing that shit all the time where it's like overlapping your life and shit like that, or you know what I'm saying, it's taking over your life and shit, then that ain't no manly shit that you need to be doing type shit. The man supposed to be strong physically, but not even just physically. He supposed to be strong externally, and he supposed to be strong internally. And if you're not a man if you're not a dude that's strong, hold on. If you're not, fuck. But look though, man, fuck. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. Now we back. All right, now look though. If you're not a dude that's strong externally, then you gotta be strong out of internally. If you get what I'm trying to say, a man don't always have to be strong externally. That's some I think in my opinion that's some bullshit. I feel like as long as the man is strong internally, that's all that matters type shit in my opinion. I feel like not even I feel like this some real shit though. The internal come first before anything. But look though, as I was saying though, back to this shit. A nigga was walking by and shit. I wasn't trying to fucking be what's that word called and shit. I'm so in the spirit right now. I'm gone. How that shit interrupt this shit. Now look though, back to what I was saying though. I don't even want people to be knowing what the fuck I be doing. I be trying to keep my shit low key. Now look though, I'm thinking I come and my fault. I'm finna get back to this shit. I'm thinking I come out at 12 o'clock. Ain't nobody gonna be outside. How the fuck is a nigga walking down the street? I'm trying to be low key with it. God damn. Trying to be in the back cave with it. Now look though, back to this shit though. I'm tweaking. Now look though. Now we gotta get to the mind part. Now the mind. Now the man is supposed to have a. Now listen closely when I say this shit. The man is supposed to have a independent mind from the mainstream world or the mainstream people or the mainstream society. The man is supposed to be independent in the mind, independent in the soul, and independent in the in the spirit and supposed to have that independent spirit. But as I was saying though, this shit don't come overnight. You know what I'm saying? This some shit that come over time, and I ain't even gonna cap. This some shit that kind of, it take a long time to be a man. To be honest though, you can't just be a man overnight though. So at the same time though, I can't really tell you how to be a man, but I can tell you how to be a man, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like, I can tell you how to be it, but at the same time, like, I can't just live your life for you type shit. All I can do is just tell you. I can't really like do the shit for you. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody supposed to be masculine, so it is what it is though. But as I was saying though, how they lose their masculine, I mean not they, yeah, they manhood and shit. They lose their manhood because they don't have their own independence. Everybody got, the dudes nowadays, they got feminized. They come out with apps and shit. What the fuck all the niggas do? Even motherfuckers' dads, they hop on these trends and shit, and they become followers and shit. It's not enough leaders no more. Nobody out here really trying to step outside the box or think outside the box. And even if a nigga is thinking outside the box, nobody don't want to listen to that shit. Everybody drawn to ignorance and shit now. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that shit, but at the same time, it's like, it is what it is. It's some shit a nigga gotta deal with. But that's not even the point though. But how they lose their shit, they don't be true to their own self and their own soul. That's how people lose their manhood. They don't have their own independent spirit or their own things they can do, and they follow the path of doing things that other people are doing, when instead of trying to find their own things to do. So if they see their friend doing some shit, then they feel like, oh shit, he play tennis? Oh, I'm finna play tennis too. And it's okay to do that shit, but at the same time, it's like when you trying to like kind of build your identity off of what another nigga doing, then it's kind of like, bruh, it's like, oh man, it's like, bruh, get your own shit. Like, you gotta get your own personal shit type shit. You get what I'm trying to say? But as I was saying though, overall though, man, it's how they lost their manhood. And I say like 85% of guys lost their shit, and it's like a 10% of guys who still maintain their masculinity despite the external world and the influences within the external world, if you get what I'm trying to say. Cause you see how this shit get, you see how all the trends and shit getting, man, this shit crazy though. But other than that though, man, we out this bitch.